The problem with self-limiting beliefs is that we actually believe that they're true. And so often they are so far from the truth, but it takes somebody to really shine a light on it for you to be able to see that it is nothing more than just a belief. When I was working with one of my clients recently, she was absolutely stuck in the mindset that she didn't deserve any better than what she had right now. She was in a job that she wasn't happy in. She was in a relationship that she wasn't happy in. And her narrative was that she didn't deserve better. We traced it back. We kind of like did the work. We went back, and it did start in her teenage years. It did start in her childhood. But she had reinforced it all the way through her life. She'd reinforced it all through secondary school, all through her teenage years, her early her early adult life, her adult life, through all of her relationships. And she was basically just cherry picking all of the negative stories or incidents that reinforced to her that she didn't deserve any better. And that was a real shame, because she absolutely had so much to be proud of. She's such an absolutely wonderful lady. And she had a lot to be proud of, but she just was stuck in the mindset, stuck hearing the voice that she was no good, and that she would never find happiness and would never come to anything because she was rubbish, basically. And that was something that had happened to her in secondary school. That was compounded by a family breakup, some difficult relationships. And this was kind of like, this was the story that she carried through to her, and she made it her truth. So we did a piece of work which I often ask my clients to do, and I often get the same reaction from them, which is one of absolute contempt and one of total fear. And that is, I ask them to write a personal statement based on their successes and their strength of character. And as I say, she wasn't pleased with me for asking her to do it, but I made her do it nonetheless, because I wanted to see if she was able to come up with any positives about her life, or about her personality, or about herself, that she would be able to actually write down and put on paper. And she did. She didn't put as much as I'd hoped that she would do, but that was okay, because we went through it the following week. We went through it together, and we like padded it out easily. There was loads to put there. She just was just stuck stuck in a place where she just couldn't see it. And the thing is that when we really believe something about ourselves, it's our truth. It's how we think. And so if we believe that we are not good enough to be loved, if we're not good enough to have the family life that we want, or the friendships that we want, or the body that we want, or the job that we want, then it's really easy. We're just not going to get it. I'm such a massive believer about mindset. I can remember talking to another client once, and saying, there are two types of people in the world. There are the ones that do well and succeed. Well, there are many different types of people in the world, but some people get to the top of their game, whatever that game is, because they really truly believe that they deserve to be there. And a lot of them really don't deserve to be there. Like, a lot of them don't have either the person skills, or the qualifications, or whatever you want to be at the top of their game, but they are, because they absolutely believe in themselves and they believe that they can get there. And then there are the other people who deserve so much better and don't ever get it, because they don't feel like they deserve it. They don't ever put themselves forward for promotion. They don't ever end the unhappy relationships or put themselves forward for the, the really happy relationships, because they don't think that they are worthy of it. And this lady was absolutely no different. And by the time we'd finished that piece of work together, she was putting herself forward for, well, not only putting herself forward for promotion, but actually putting herself forward for a complete career change, and a training opportunity, and had managed to end a difficult relationship which was serving her no purpose. And because of that, she was able to show up as the mummy that she absolutely wanted to be to her children, which was a wonderful mum, which she was anyway. But now she was doing it authentically and in her full glory. And all of that was because we managed to change her self-limiting belief that she wasn't good enough and she didn't deserve better, when she absolutely did. So that's the thing. What are the thoughts or the stories that you tell yourself, or the stories that you repeat that you heard growing up, that are holding you back? And how true are they? And how are you prepared to overcome them? If you get to a point where you realise that they are just that, they're just a belief, they're just a story, and they don't serve you any purpose. So you need to acknowledge them. You need to hear them, acknowledge them, and then know that you need to get rid of them. So yeah, there we are. Self-limiting beliefs. We all have them to a degree, but most of the time they serve no purpose at all.